Well, howdy. Oh shit. Howdy. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's hanging in there okay. I know it's probably getting to you at this point, but we're still hanging in there. I've took a couple days to do some actual yard work, which was terrible and I hate it, and my legs are like grape jelly right now. My arms aren't much better. So I've decided I'm going to take it easy and we're just going to work on some buttercream stuff today. I thought y'all might like to see how to do some buttercream flowers, maybe even do a cute little critter here or there, and just some basic piping techniques. Now remember, a lot of it is just practice, just learning how to control the bag and how much pressure not to use when you're piping things, but after a while it becomes just like writing, which in my case, my handwriting is actually pretty terrible, but weirdly enough, it's great when I use buttercream and I'm writing on cake, so it's weird, whatever. So real quick, I'm going to show you a very easy, simple recipe. You can adapt this in any which way you need to. Right now, I'm only focusing on it to be like a stiffer buttercream, especially since if you're like me, I have very hot hands and I will melt the buttercream really easily, so I'm not going to add a bunch of anything else to it, just what I need for now. So grab some butter. I'm going to start with 3 sticks. Grab a bunch of powdered sugar. I always have a bag or 2 on hand, and maybe a splash of vanilla just for taste. I would definitely recommend stand mixer, but again, you can use a hand beater if you need to. So let's get started. So I went ahead and let my butter sit out. Room temperature is fine, but if you take it straight out of the fridge, just nuke it for like 20 seconds just to be soft enough to work with and not destroy your mixer, but not so soft that you have liquid. So we're going to beat this first until it's really creamy. My cat just showed up. Hi, I don't need you. You're the worst. So I'm going to beat this first, and then I will add the powdered sugar afterwards. So I'm going to start it off slow and then crank it up until, like I said, it's completely creamy. Here we go. So it looks like it's pretty smooth, nice and fluffy. It doesn't have to be perfect just yet, but you know, no chunks, just light and airy, but not too much. Go ahead and scrape your bowl. Get all of that butter pushed down to the bottom, all off the sides, off your beater. Now again, I had mentioned before, I don't really measure my powdered sugar, I just kind of do it by consistency. So right now I need it to be a little bit stiffer, so I'm going to add quite a bit. I would say, let's start with at least 2 cups of powdered sugar. And again, start off slow so you don't create a snowstorm, and then we're going to see how thick and how the consistency looks. So, as you can see, it's pretty stiff, completely hold itself up. You don't want it to be soft like the stuff that you would find in like a Duncan Hines can. This really needs to hold up under heat and how much you're going to be working with it, especially if you make mistakes and you have to scrape it and reuse it again. You really don't want it to get warm or soft. So I will, screw it. I'm just going to leave the vanilla out for now because I'm really not using this for anything more than just showing you how to do stuff. And there you go. Perfect. Should be able to hold itself up. Except for the bit that just fell down, ignore that. And I'm going to get this all set up. I'm going to get some bags ready and make some colors. So for the flowers, I'm just going to keep it white, and then I'm going to do some green for the leaves, and then later on when I do a little creature for you, I'll add one more color. So I'd say I have at least 3 bags ready to go. If you have couplers, which is what you're going to use to keep your tips in your bags with the little rings, I have about 3 of those as well. I'm also going to be using a basic small star tip like this. Doesn't really matter what size, I'm kind of making it up as I go. A rose tip, which is the kind that starts off fat and then gets skinny towards the bottom like this, and it's got the slant to it. And if you're wanting to practice your leaves, you can have a leaf tip, which, here we are. You can see it's kind of got like the divot in the middle, like it's been pinched. They also have one that kind of looks like a V, but I can't find any, and I forgot to steal some from work, so we get what we get. And then some basic smaller round tips like this. This is a 7, this is a 4. I generally use 4, 3, or 2 for everything, so having a couple of those on hand would be really helpful. And if worse comes to worse and you don't have any of these things, you can always just cut a little hole in a bag and use it that way. I would not recommend the Ziploc bag trick. It does not work, and it's a good way to explode and have buttercream all over the place. It's nasty. So, if you have some colors on hand, if not, we're just going to have all white stuff. I'm going to get this ready to go. See you in a second. Okay. So, like I said, we have our rose tip already put on the bag, and we have our leaf tip. Alright, so I have a rose nail. It's something a lot of decorators use because you can get scissors and snip off your flowers. You can freeze it ahead of time, or you can just put it straight onto whatever you're using. If you don't have that, you can improvise. I have a lemon juicer thingy, you know, the thing you put it in, you can put it on that. Or you can put it directly onto your cupcake or cake, whatever you're using, as long as you're able to kind of turn it in your hand, whatever works. So let's start off with the simple rose. So, rose nail, you're going to want to start with the fat part down and never have more in your hand than you can control or you can handle. So I'm going to only have about this much and twist it off. Now we're going to start by putting about a cone-shaped pile like that. And then while twisting it in your hand, the fat part's still down, you're going to kind of do a circle, just like that. So as you see, it's like a cone with the opening in the center. After that, you're going to think rainbow arches. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3 to start off. And already, it's a little wonky because my hand's shaking. But it already kind of looks like something, and then you're going to go underneath where you left off, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's a little, like I said, a little wonky right now, but it does look like something. Hold on a second. See? Now, if you have the option, you're going to take your scissors, go at the base like that, and there you go. And you can, like I said, I got my little lemon thing. Use the back of your rose nail and kind of just push it off onto what you need. And there you go. Take your leaf tip, which mine does not work very well. There. Basic flower. Super easy. And like I said, it just takes practice. You just keep trying and keep going. You can do smaller sizes. Just remember that nature is not perfect. So you usually want to go in increments of odd numbers when you're adding your petals. So like I said, I usually do 3 and then 5 and then 7 depending on how big. 3 usually for just a basic rosebud. So let's try it again. So I've got my center. I'm going to put a little bit more on this one. Start at the very top. Do that cone on the top with the center open. Then you can go 1, 2, 3. Then underneath it, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then to make it even bigger, and you want to kind of hold your tip out a little bit farther like this, so that you have more wide blooms, petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See? Perfect. If you don't like the way the bottom's looking, if it's a little wonky, you can always just add a quick little whoop to cover up your seams. And there you go. Just keep trying. A lot of people complain that it looks like cabbages at first. That's fine. You can always call it something else. It's a good way to practice doing succulents as well. So to see if I actually know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna bring in a special guest real quick, so hold on. Hey everybody, this is Mama, my special guest, my cameo if you will, special appearance. If you don't already know Mama, then that sucks for you, but this is Mama. So I'm gonna show her how to do this real quick, see if she can figure it out and see if I'm any good at this or not. So, as I was telling the audience, here's your rose nail. Fat side down is where you're gonna start, right?
Okay.
You're gonna just squeeze enough to make a tower. Then at the very top, with the fat side still down, rotating the nail in your hand, you're gonna make a little opening cone like that. So, starting just a little bit underneath that, you're gonna do 3 rainbows, as I'm gonna call it, okay?
Okay.
Try to keep your hand straight. And go 1, 2, 3. Now, like I was saying before, you could do this as a rosebud if you wanted, but we're going to do a bigger flower than that. So starting off a little bit underneath where you left off, you're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the bigger the rose you're doing, each next layer you're adding, you're going to tilt your hand back just a little bit further.
Okay.
That way you're getting that opened up bloom. So we're going to do one more. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rose.
Ooh.
And as I was saying before, if you're using a rose nail, you can just go with your scissors right underneath it. There you go. And put it on whatever you need to. On a cake. You could have it on a piece of paper already cut out, like a parchment paper on your nail, and you could freeze them and then use them to stick them sideways on stuff if you want, or eat them if you're weird, whatever you want to do.
No.
So,
I'm weird, but not.
Mama's gonna give it a try, and we'll see how this goes. So, never have too much in your hand at once. So there you go. Fat side down.
Okay. Now, what am I doing? Just
You're gonna make like a tower of buttercream.
like that?
A little bit, yeah. All right, I wouldn't do any more than that.
Okay.
Okay.
Now.
Let go.
Okay.
All right, now do the cone shape on the top that I was showing you. So
Remind me.
Hold. See how I'm holding it? That way you're pinching it off the bag with your fingers, but you're still having plenty of pressure to use with the rest of your hand. So you want to be gripping the bag in your hand. Do you think you're comfortable with that?
Is that good like that?
Fat side down. There you go.
Oh.
All right.
That side down.
Yes. Now you're going to hold it parallel, and while rotating, squeeze out enough to have like a circle cone on top.
It's leaning. Hold on.
Wow. Oh. Not even close. Let's try that again. Okay.
Let's do this step by step instead of just.
Okay. So.
That's a lot harder to go.
See how I'm holding it?
Yes.
Just keep adding pressure until you
Okay.
have a fat blob.
A fat blob. Okay.
Now you're going to keep it sideways just like this. Rotate. You don't even have to move your hand. Rotate the nail. Make the tool work for you.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
Alright.
No, let's start over. Okay.
Now just continuously adding pressure, squeezing the bag. There you go. There you go. Perfect. No more than that. Now, have the tip parallel. Rotate. Now squeezing and rotating the tip at the same time.
Kind of like that?
Yeah. It's a good start.
Is this getting too...
It's going to get soft because
Okay.
yeah, that's what I was saying. You always want to add more.
Okay, now we're
Now, if
going
you find that your buttercream is getting too soft and warm at this point, so you can always add it all back into your bowl, add more powdered sugar, and just whip it up more until it's stiffened up. I mean, like I said, if you got hot hands, it's just going to happen. So more powdered sugar, the better. All right, now this is where you're going to add your rainbow bows.
Up here?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're
Or
gonna,
down here?
about right there, right underneath your thing. Arch it, yeah.
One.
Now, what you're doing is you're going this way. You need to keep your tip straight and parallel to it, see?
2, 3.
again, you really want to keep it parallel. Let's just do that. You want to keep the fat side down, keep it parallel, and always straight. Always keep it straight. Turning the nail as you're working. Like
she
that.
makes it look so easy.
Well, I
But
mean,
it's not.
that's why I get paid the little bucks, okay?
Oh my.
There you go. There you go.
2, 3,
So this kind of looks more like a peony.
4.
But again, that's the magic of messing around with your different tips, is you're going to find that they're going to do different stuff if you turn your hand just a little bit differently. Yes, that is something.
That's the peony.
I'm proud of you. Now, add the leaves.
Oh my, oh my.
So,
Okay.
You're going to do one here. Keep it flat out. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. What am I doing?
Just squeeze until it looks like a leaf.
Oh, okay.
And then taper off. There you go.
Oh.
There, now you have a leaf.
I made a leaf.
Mom made a leaf.
I'm better at leaves. How many do you want?
Let's do one here. There you go.
Oh,
Sort of.
no.
Well, whatever. The point is,
And
keep practicing.
yes,
There you go. Perfect.
air pocket
And-
did not help.
Let's put that there. Because it's got green. Well, it's got green in it. I can't
Yes.
add that in there. Okay. Now this one should be really easy. We're just going to do a quick rosebud. Nothing to it. You don't even have to do the process I was showing you. So what we're going to do, fat side down always. You're going to kind of do a heart, letting it kind of overlap each other. It kind of doesn't look like much, but when you add your little leaves, leaf, instant rosebud. Very easy, and we can add a little bit of pink to it. You can just put it on the sides of your cake or cupcake. It looks really cute and very simple. And you saw it take two seconds to do it.
You. Okay, now, okay. That side down.
Mm-hmm. And make a heart.
Come side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you add your leaves and you got a rosebud.
This is much easier.
Yes. But simple things like this is perfect to start out with because it shows you how to practice the control and how much pressure you're asserting into the bag. So, that being done, I'm going to switch over and let's do, what are those fancy Hawaiian flowers called?
Dadgummit.
All right. Well,
Plumeria. No,
Plumeria.
yeah.
So doing the same concept of your
hibiscus.
rainbow bows,
Or
we're going to
hibiscus.
do it round like a daisy. So starting with the fat side down, completely flat. You see I've got it completely flat against the nail. You're going to keep squeezing and do a circle. Circle. And then keep coming back into the center. It's okay if it's not perfect. See? Look how
That's
easy
pretty.
that is. Nothing to
That's
it.
pretty.
If you have another color, you can do some stems, but you have to have a stiffer buttercream. I think my hands are too warm for this right now. Okay, and we're back. So y'all might have seen me make one of these before in the past, if not something at least similar, but I'm going to make you a big fluffy sheep cupcake. Well, buttercream. We're going to pretend we have a cupcake. I'm, again, just going to use my lemon juicer thingy that I have. So, I have my green for grass, white for sheep, and black for accent colors. That's all you really need. Anything else is up to you. So pretending that this is an actual cupcake, all I did was take off the tip and the coupler ring off my bag so that we can have a big fat circle like that. Normally what I would do is I would do a buttercream base, add a marshmallow on top, and then decorate on the outside of the marshmallow. But since I don't have any, I'm going to use all buttercream. So it's going to be very sweet. So, next, I'm going to put that star tip on that I was showing you earlier. It's really just going to be a very repetitive motion of just adding these little accentuated star shapes. See? Just like that. You just start at the bottom, work your way around. And then just keep going. Just like that. Very easy. It's gonna kind of look like a sun or a hedgehog. My hand's already melting my buttercream. Doesn't matter how big or little. The big fat blobs would be better because it looks like a fluffier version. Okay, so it's a little pokey right here. Now I have my black and I have that 7 circular tip. I'm going to start on his face. Let's see. There we go. So as for his face, I'm going to just do a big black circle like that. And then 2 small ones like that for his ears. See? Super easy. Add a little bit more space for his eyeballs. Now I'm going to switch over my tip to a smaller circular. We have a base for his face base. I'm going to do a dot and a dot for his eyeballs. Small, very, very small. I believe this is a 1 or a 2. Do the black for the eyeballs. And then we're going to give him some of those cute little, I don't know, pupil dots. So you're going to do a big one here. And you could stop there if you wanted, but we're going to give him like a little glimmer, a little shine, a little twinkle. So he's kind of got like the anime eyes. And there you go. That is really all there is to it. Now, if you wanted, you could put like a little blue ribbon, so he's like a blue ribbon sheep. You can give him a little smile, but I think the simpler the better for these situations. And then on the cupcake, just add some green underneath him, like this. And it makes it look like he's sitting on some grass. And there you go. Super easy. Not my cleanest work, but again, I am melting this as I'm speaking to you. And that's about the basis for all cute little animals. You really just start out with a circular base or a shape and just keep adding to it. You could use this for a porcupine if you wanted to. Just do like a long face. Here, I'll turn them around and show you. For my porcupine, I usually just do like a little nose and the little eyes like that. Maybe some ears. And there you go. I mean, it's hard to translate on here, but there you can see it kind of looks like a little porcupine, just with better colors, obviously. So that's it. That's my secret. Just messing around with different tip sizes and colors and shapes and see what comes out of it. And, you know, putting like 2 little cute eyes on anything. Like you could have a man-eating shark ripping a surfer apart, but you give it cute little anime eyes, like a little sparkle, and it'll be adorable and they'll sell. I do it for Shark Week every year. So I'm going to leave you at that. I'll think of something to do next time. Like I said, I'm still working on that cake. It's a lot of dessert, but I'm thinking creme brulee or maybe a coconut cream pie. We shall see. Until then, hang in there, have fun, do your yard work. Bye.